What if the business you've worked so hard to build has actually been the thing keeping you stuck? Not your mindset, not your offers, not your prices, the structure. Because here's what nobody's telling you when you get started in businesses. What if the business you've worked so hard to build is actually the thing that's keeping you stuck? Not your mindset, not your offers, not your prices, the structure. Because here's what nobody's telling you when you start. There are two very different businesses that you could be building. And most women never consciously choose between them. They just keep working, keep showing up, keep delivering. And then one day we look up and realize I'm exhausted, I'm booked out, and if I stop, so does everything else. Today, we are going to change that. Now, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jamila Payne, and I've spent over a decade helping women entrepreneurs stop trading time for money and start building businesses that actually work for them. Today, we're getting into a topic that I wish someone broke down for me years ago. It's the difference between building a lifestyle business and building a scalable business. Now, let me guess, your calendar is full, your brain feels fried, and even on the days off, your mind is still running with details about your business in the background. But here's the reality that I found. We haven't really made a decision about what kind of business that we want to build. And we just wake up one day, look around, and realize that we might have built ourselves a really busy job instead of a business. And I don't want that for you. I want you to sit with that for a second because it might be more true for you than you realize, literally. So, there are three signs that you might already be running a lifestyle business, even if you don't plan to. Okay, so basically, when I said there's two types of businesses that you might be building, what I mean is a lifestyle business or a scalable business. So here are some signs, three signs that you might be building a lifestyle business. Your income is directly tied to your calendar. And if your calendar clears, your cash flow drops, right? No revenue coming in. Or you are the product of your business, almost like you're selling yourself, your time. Your clients are buying, they aren't buying your company or your business, they're buying you, right? Your voice, your hands, your time. And as much as that feels like a compliment, it is also a capacity ceiling for your business. Or it might be that you haven't taken a real vacation in over a year. Not because you don't want to, but because you genuinely do not trust the business to run without you watching it. If any of those hit close to home, that's okay. It's just good information because awareness is the key. So that's what we're unpacking today. The real difference between a lifestyle business and a scalable one. What it means for you in terms of your day-to-day operations in your business, your decisions, your freedom, and yes, your peace of mind. So by the end of today's episode, you're going to know which type of business you actually want. You're going to know how your strategy and CEO decisions change based on that choice. You're going to understand how to shift from I work on my business to my business works for me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I want to start with the basics. Okay, so a lifestyle business is essentially that it's designed to support your life. You basically build the business around your income goals, your schedule, and your personal preferences. You are the engine that drives the business. You might still be hands on with clients, you make good money, and you call the shots. Essentially, the business is deeply personal for you, almost like a creative extension of who you are. But this also means that the business runs on you, your energy, your presence, your health or lack thereof. And if you stop, then things slow down in the business. I have definitely been in this position. Then let's talk about a scalable business. On the other hand, right, is built to grow beyond you. It's designed to multiply revenue without multiplying your personal time. It can run with or without you as the owner or founder of the business. It's designed to multiply income without multiplying your hours. You install systems, you hire people, and you create repeatable ways to deliver value. It's the difference between being a service provider who does the work and being the CEO who built the system that does the work, or the system that actually makes sure that all the work gets done. Both models can absolutely make money, but one buys you freedom while the other buys you long-term wealth and legacy. Now, there's no wrong answer, lifestyle versus scalable. The key is making sure that you're choosing consciously. So, I want to invite you to think of it like this. A lifestyle business, like a local yoga studio where the owner teaches every single class and knows every single client by name. A scalable business might be more like SoulCycle. The customer experience is the same no matter which instructor or location you walk into, even though you may have your favorite instructors. A lifestyle business might be your favorite local salon where the owner still does every client's hair herself. Whereas a scalable business is dry bar, right? Same blowout, same experience, no matter which location you visit. Neither is better. It's about what you want. Do you want freedom and flexibility right now, or do you want long-term wealth and legacy later? So let's zoom into your week for a second. And I want you to imagine that you start your Monday fired up, you got coffee in hand, your inbox is full, you're juggling clients, content, invoices, and maybe even a launch. It feels productive, but by Thursday, you are mentally wiped. You can't remember the last time you started your morning without checking Slack or replying to an onslaught of emails that feel like they appeared in the middle of the night. Okay, does anyone else have an inbox like that? Because I sure do. Right? The business is doing well, but you feel wired and tired. That's a lifestyle business in motion. You're the heartbeat, but you're also the bottleneck. Now, picture this instead. You wake up Monday morning, you check your dashboard, sales came in overnight. Clients were served while you slept, and your team handled a few hiccups before you even open your laptop. You still lead, but you're not needed for every single task happening in the business. You have space to think, to rest, to create. That's what a scalable business feels like. It runs on systems, not stamina. So here's where the difference really shows up. It shows up in how you operate your day to day. So if you're building a lifestyle business, you might personalize every single client experience, be deeply involved in delivery or providing the services to your clients. Keep operations lean and simple. Focus on cash flow and lifestyle income over growth. If you're building a scalable business, then you're thinking bigger. You will document systems so that others can deliver results. You will hire or license people to do what you do. You will build a brand that stands on its own. You will focus on recurring revenue in your business and long-term growth. And I just want to reiterate, right? Like there is no wrong answer, but what I really want you to take away is like, am I choosing? Have I chosen? Or am I just kind of going in one direction because I think that's the way to go, or I was just building in this direction, but that's not actually what I want? Now, according to the Harvard Business Review, scalable companies grow revenue 20% faster on average because they have process driven operations. It's not because the owner works harder. So, this whole idea of a lifestyle business versus a scalable business has been on my mind a lot lately. I have been thinking about what's next for my business. What are the, next 3 or 5 years of the company look like? And I'm seeing how lifestyle mentality shows up in conversations that I've been having with clients, where clients are saying things like, this is what I want to do, right? Versus this is what my clients desire, or this is what's best for the clients. Or I hear clients saying things like, I don't want to do this kind of work anymore, versus I don't have to do this work anymore, but my company can do this work. Over the last few years, personally, for me, I have experienced a significant amount of health challenges, everything from being in a car accident to having tendonitis, anxiety, parasites. I mean, the universe keeps serving, okay? Geez, it's been a lot. And some of these things I have overcome, but it definitely made me slow down. And when I did, I realized something really, really uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I could stop working. Although at times I deeply wanted to just take care of myself. But when I stop, the money stops too. And so I thought, how did I get here again? I've had seasons in my business where I've built teams. I've trained other coaches. I had support to keep things running. And in those seasons, I could take time off. I could focus on my health. I could travel. I could breathe. But when I scaled things back and it was just me again, I was back in this trap. It reminded me that freedom isn't found in doing it all yourself. It's found in designing a business that keeps going without you. That's the conversation that we don't have enough as women's owners. We say that we want freedom, but we build businesses that rely on our 24/7 presence. And before we go any further into this episode, I want to give you a permission slip, because I've noticed something with the women that I work with, and I've noticed this with myself as well. And we say that we want to scale, we want, a growth type business, or we say that we want freedom. But deep down, there's the quiet voice that says, but is that too much? Am I being greedy? What will my clients think if I'm not the one doing all the work, if they don't get me? Or this is a really popular one. I don't know if I can get the same results for my clients if I'm not doing the work. So let's be clear about something. Wanting to scale or grow your business is not abandoning your clients. It's not selling out. It's not losing your personal touch. And I'm going to tell you, I used to have those beliefs until I built my business in a way that I found out that they were absolutely not true. It was 100% possible for me to grow the business and also be able to have support coaches and have my clients serve really well. Scaling your business or having support is the most responsible thing that you can do for your clients, for your family, and for yourself. And let me just be clear, because I said scaling your business, whether or not you decide to scale, having other people that can manage the client delivery besides you is one of the most responsible things that you can do for your business. And the reality is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot serve anyone from a place of burnout, resentment, or exhaustion. Scaling isn't about doing less because you're a lazy person or don't want to be bothered with your clients. That's not what I'm talking about. There are business owners like that. Like, let's be real. They don't want to be bothered with their clients. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is building something sustainable so that you can keep showing up, you can keep creating, you can keep leading for the long haul of your business, not just right now. And you're allowed to want more. You're allowed to want to build bigger. You're allowed to step back and still get paid, right? Like, not have to be on all day, every day. That's not greedy. That's smart. And that's CEO thinking. All right. So, permission granted. Okay. If that's the direction that you want to go in. Now, let's talk about how. Your CEO decisions also change depending on your business model. In a lifestyle business, you make decisions based on what feels good right now. Your filter might be, will this allow me more freedom or will this stress me out? In a scalable business, your decision shifts to, will this make the company more valuable, more sustainable, or more transferable? If you start asking questions like, can this run without me? Could I hire someone to do this? Would an investor care about this metric? That's a mindset shift from cash flow thinking, right, which is what a lifestyle business is more focused on, to asset level thinking. I'm building something bigger than myself. So many women unintentionally create self-employment. We want freedom, we want flexibility, we want fulfillment, but what we often end up with is being chained to our laptops. If you are the salesperson, the marketer, the operations manager, the all-in-one, then the business is too dependent upon you. And I'm saying that this is true. Even if you want to stay a lifestyle business, I want you to think about these things. This is not freedom. This is dependency. The difference between a job and an asset is this. A job relies on you, whereas a business asset relies on systems. A business asset keeps producing value even when you're not involved. That's when you have systems, brand equity, team support doing the heavy lifting. The goal is that your business generates revenue through systems, not just your effort. And here's what shifts when you move from lifestyle to scale. In a lifestyle business, you filter through emotion and capacity. Do I have time? Can I personally handle this client? In a scalable business, you're asking, can this run without me? Who can deliver this? Is this process repeatable? You move from me management to systems management, and that's how you start reclaiming your time and reclaiming your power. So I mentioned business asset a couple times. I want to kind of break that down. A business asset is something that holds value even when you're not in the room. It can be sold, licensed, handed down because it produces predictable results without you being the engine. So here are tangible things that make your business an asset. Documented systems and processes. You've got an operations manual that outlines every core task that happens in the business, from client onboarding to service delivery to invoicing. Anyone stepping in can follow the process and get the same outcome. An asset has intellectual property. These are proprietary frameworks, signature methods, templates, training materials that are gold for your business. They're what make your results unique and repeatable, right? Think of your business as building recipes for the business, right? I would say, like, These recipes help create a result. Just like a McDonald's who has a burger that kind of tastes the same everywhere, right? Because they follow a system for making the burger, right? Like first you have the bun and then you put the pickle, then you put a dash of ketchup, then you put the meat. Like they have an order of how it's done so that it tastes the same every single time. Another way to turn your business into an asset is to have a client list or CRM data. A clean, organized client list with data on lifetime value, conversion rates, and referrals. These are things that are worth real money in your business. Buyers love predictable revenue streams and proven audience relationships. Brand equity makes your business an asset. The reputation, the visibility, the credibility your brand has over time, the trust in your name is one of your biggest assets. It's what allows you to charge premium prices and attract clients easily. Team leadership and infrastructure, a business that runs on people and not the founder. You've got trained team members who deliver your service with the same excellence that you would. Recurring revenue, memberships, retainers, or programs that generate income month after month, predictable cash flow and stability and valuation. You have technology and automation systems that handle your marketing, your onboarding, your delivery, and these things save time and reduce risk, right? A buyer, someone who's going to buy your business, looks at how efficiently the business runs without extra people or manual chaos. This is what makes your business an asset. Not the logo, not the Instagram followers, the infrastructure. And I recently read this book called Built to Sell by John Warrillow, I think is how you pronounce his last name, Warrillow. It's written like a story, so it's really entertaining. And it follows a service-based business owner who is basically exhausted. He's doing everything himself and realizing that his business has zero sellable value. And the turning point comes when he creates this repeatable processes and packages it into a system and hires people to deliver it. He basically moves from operator to owner. And in doing so, his business goes from something that he runs to something that could run itself. Now, the book doesn't give you like a checklist on exactly what to do, but it does give you perspective. And it's that mindset shift that really changes everything. So if you ever plan to sell, or even if you never, right, plan to sell your business, you still might to want to build it up as if you will, building it into an asset. Because when you do, you make smarter decisions, ones that protect your time, your energy, and your long-term wealth. So here's what someone would look for if they were going to buy your company. They're going to look for predictable revenue, right? Is the income stable and consistent, or does it rely on new sales every month? Are there transferable systems? Are there written SOPs and processes that make it easy for the business to run without you? Is there an established brand reputation? If there's goodwill or recognition or loyal clients, will they stick around because of your brand, not because of the owner? Are there healthy profit margins, right? Does the business generate profit margins after expenses and owners pay? Are there a team and operations, right? Are there people in place that can handle client delivery, admin, and marketing? Are you retaining clients? Do clients renew and refer other people? Legal and financial organization. Are contracts in place, taxes taken care of, books clean, and everything kind of easy to transfer? Is it a scalable model? Can the business grow without adding equal amounts of time and labor? Is there a lack of owner dependence? How much does the business rely on you personally for delivery, for sales, for decisions? And is there intellectual property, right? Like, is there a unique methodology, framework, or brand system that differentiates the business? Even if you never decide to sell your business, these are markers of a healthy company. They create options. You could sell it, you could license it, or you can pass it on to someone in your family. But more importantly, you can create freedom for yourself. When your business becomes an asset, you have choices. You can take time off without the business pausing. You can pass it down to your kids. You can attract investors and partners. You can step back from operations and still get paid. An asset based business pays you in more than money, it pays you in options. So, to make this tangible, I want you to think of companies that run on systems like Massage Envy, for example. It started as one location offering spa services, then scaled through repeatable systems and membership. The brand became an asset because delivery didn't depend on one massage therapist. It ran on a process, on pricing, and recurring revenue. Now, you might be wondering, what do you want for your company? Whether it's you coaching the clients or running a creative agency or leading a consulting firm, you might decide to make it your goal that your business could be a valuable asset beyond you. Freedom doesn't come from working less. It comes from building better systems. Now, let's tackle this myth. Being the face of your business doesn't mean that you can't scale. I think of someone like Melissa Butler, who's the CEO of the Lip Bar. Her brand doesn't depend on her touching every single package that's getting shipped out to a customer, right? Like not every lipstick. She's not touching every lipstick. But she has gone from selling her lipstick, in a very grassroots way to now being inside of large brands nationwide because she's built systems and a team that scaled her vision. You can still be a strong leader, spokesperson, or creative visionary while building systems in your business and let the business operate without you. Like you could take a day off, you still get clients, you still bring in sales, the clients still get served. Now, you don't have to disappear to grow, you just need to stop being the bottleneck. So, how do you decide what's right for you? And here's your decision checklist. I want you to ask yourself, what kind of lifestyle do I want in the next 3 to 5 years? How much do I want to work in the business versus on the business? Do I want the business to be an income source or an asset that I can sell and pass down? Am I motivated by freedom now or wealth later? Now, again, there's no wrong answer, but making a conscious choice means that your daily decisions line up with your desired outcome. Because what happens to many women is they accidentally build a lifestyle business that requires 100% of them when what they really want is scale. And we can realize this way too late in our business, and we get to a point where we're tired, we're overworked, and our income is flatlined because we have no more capacity to take on more clients. Even if you never plan to sell, I'm going to say this again, even if you never plan to sell, you can build your business like you will. Okay, so here's how you create options. A business with documented systems, predictable profit, and a brand doesn't depend solely on you, can be sold, can be licensed, or handed down. According to Biz Buy Sell in their 2024 Insight Report, over 10,000 small businesses were sold in the last year. Many of those businesses were sold to their employees or family members. So you can be one of those businesses if you decide to, right? Like that's legacy thinking. So let's make this real because sometimes hearing scale your business sounds like a slogan. So let's walk through a couple of everyday examples. Imagine that if you are a lifestyle business, imagine if you're a coach or consultant. In a lifestyle business, you're doing every client call yourself. You customize each session. You rewrite materials on a weekly basis. Your schedule is booked solid, you take a week off, income may slow down. In a scalable business, you've created a signature framework, a proven process that delivers consistent results. You train or license other coaches to use that framework. Clients are served even when you're off the clock. And that's your intellectual property that is working for you. Imagine that you are a service-based consultant. In a lifestyle business, each client project is custom. New strategy decks, new workflows, new everything. It's a scalable, but in a scalable business, you standardize your offer. You have a repeatable system. Clients plug into your process instead of you reinventing it every single time. And here's the point. Scaling doesn't mean you disappear on your clients. It means that you design a playbook so that the business wins without you having to play every single position, right? Wearing all the hats in your business. So that's what I want you to think about. So I'm going to do a quick comparison again. So I really want to hit this home, right? Lifestyle business versus scalable business. In a lifestyle business, your capacity is limited by your personal calendar. In a scalable business, you create frameworks and systems so your team can deliver without you. Lifestyle business, clients buy you and your time. In a scalable business, clients buy your method and your results. In a lifestyle business, every deliverable is customized, but in a scalable business, offers are standardized with room for personalization. In a lifestyle business, you handle sales, service, and strategy yourself. In a scalable business, you delegate delivery and focus on growth, partnership, and vision. In a lifestyle business, your income resets every month. In a scalable business, you built recurring or leverage revenue, memberships, programs, retainers. In a lifestyle business, you track hours and workload. In a scalable business, you track metrics like profit margin, client outcomes, and team efficiency. In a lifestyle business, your marketing depends on you and you showing up constantly. In a scalable business, marketing runs on systems, content repurposing, ads, and funnels. In a lifestyle business, you hire for relief, assistance, and admin help. But in a scalable business, you hire for results, coaches, strategists, managers, people who create outcomes. In a lifestyle business, you spend most of your day delivering. In a scalable business, you spend most of your day leading. And finally, in a lifestyle business, you're building income. And in a scalable business, you're building equity and freedom. In a lifestyle business, you work for your business. And in a scalable business, your business works for you. So now that you know which model you're choosing, let's talk about what to actually do next. Because if you've decided that a lifestyle business is exactly where you want to be right now, that's cool. I want you to hear me clearly. That is a real, valid, and powerful choice. A well-run lifestyle business can give you incredible freedom, great income, and deep fulfillment. The goal isn't to make it bigger, it's to make it better, more protected, more sustainable, so it doesn't run you into the ground. So here's how you optimize your lifestyle business for freedom and sustainability. You want to decide on your income with intention. Decide what enough looks like to you financially and energetically. When you know that number, you can stop chasing money and start protecting your time, right? That clarity alone is worth everything. Next, you might consider if you need to raise your rates to match your capacity. If you are trading time for money, your rates should reflect the true value of your expertise, not your hours. Higher rates means fewer clients, better margins, and more breathing room. You don't need more clients, you need better price ones. You want to create boundaries that protect your energy, office hours, response to time policies, client agreements to set clear expectations. These are not just business tools, they're the infrastructure that keeps a lifestyle business from becoming a lifestyle trap. Build a continuity plan. What happens if you get sick, take a vacation, or need a week off, right? Even as a solo operator, you should have a simple plan, whether that's a VA, a contractor on call, automated systems that keep moving when you step back. You also want to protect your IP now. Document your processes, your frameworks, your methods. Even if you're the only one delivering them, this protects your work. It speeds up your delivery and sets up your options for later, whether that's licensing, hiring, or pivoting. The goal of a sustainable lifestyle business isn't to stay small, it's to stay free. And that takes just as much attention. All right, so if you're looking to scale, here's your action plan. Productize your services. Turn your expertise into repeatable offer or framework. Systemize your delivery. Document your process so others can deliver the same result. Build your brand beyond your name. Use your voice to attract, but make the business name the star. Hire for leverage, not relief. Don't just outsource tasks, bring people on who multiply results. And shift your metrics. Start tracking value based KPIs like profit margin, recurring revenue, and team productivity. Scalable doesn't mean bigger, it means smarter. Scale is about more impact with less effort and inputs. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to have a big team. So here's your challenge this week. I want you to decide, are you building for lifestyle or scale? Write it down. Then audit your business decisions this month to see if they align with your choice. Now, before you go, I want to just quickly recap what we talked about, right? I broke down the difference between running a business that depends on your time versus one that grows on systems, one that runs on your presence versus one that runs on your process. We talked about what it takes to make your company an asset, your IP, your processes, your people. You learn how to identify the habits of a lifestyle business and what shifts you need to make if you want to scale. So, as you go into your week, I want you to ask yourself, am I working on my business or am I building something that can work for me? Most importantly, what I want you to remember is that freedom comes from building better systems. Build something that supports your life, protects your peace, and pays you even when you step away. And if you're ready to move from busy business owner to scalable CEO, feel free to book a free business growth audit call with me. I'll leave the link to do that in the show notes. I'll help you see exactly where to simplify and scale, either as a lifestyle business or a scalable business. This is the Productive and Paid podcast, real conversations about entrepreneurship and money. I hope you got so much value out of today's episode. Until next, bye for now.